Recorded live from Studio 12A in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. You're listening to the Josh and Friends Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends Podcast. I am your host. My name is Josh, and this week we're on total lockdown. The coronavirus continues to devastate the nation and the entire world. And like everyone else, we're still in full quarantine mode. So, I thought I'd have another returning guest back to the show to discuss some random topics. And who better to have on than the guy I'm in complete lockdown with 24/7? The one and only Mr. Andy Matlock. Welcome back to the show, Andy.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I mean, considering.
Right.
So, long time no see.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Here we are again.
Yeah, weather, it's literally perfect outside, and we're stuck inside.
Yeah, it's been really nice. It's just, I have the window open. It's 75-degree breeze. It's just so nice. But you can't,
Corona breeze.
Yeah, like all I want to do is just go drive somewhere, and I'm like, but where? Like,
right,
you gotta stop somewhere to get gas or food. Or...
Yeah, they'll pull you over. And, like, excuse me, sir, where are you going?
Oh, gosh.
I'm going to the store.
The Phoenix Gestapo.
Yeah, Jesus. So, yeah, we're probably better off than most people I know. I mean, honestly, we've both been kind of like practicing this social distancing thing for a while now, personally.
Yeah, like a majority of my life.
Not the beginning. Like, we were always at the river and stuff.
I always had a lot of friends and stuff, but gosh, I love sleeping in and just hanging out, like just in my room watching TV.
Yeah. It sounds fantastic.
It's pretty great, not spending a bunch of money on a bunch of crap, just
right.
Yeah.
The one good thing to come out of this is now we can catch up on all of our movies and TV shows, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And but the thing that sucks is that there's no more sports.
No.
That's one thing that does suck. What was the last like big sporting event that even took place? Was it like the Super Bowl or
besides
or was it Phoenix Open or like what is it like
besides WrestleMania?
Oh, what shit. Does that even count?
No,
God, that was so horrible.
It doesn't. It's funny that they even have it on, but no, I seriously can't remember. I was like gonna watch a golf tournament one day and they were like, yeah, they're not gonna do it.
Well, it started with the the big first cancellation was the
NBA, right?
Yeah, no, the Final Four tournament or whatever.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
And then they're like, we're gonna postpone it, and then they're like they canceled it, and you're like, holy moly! Well, it's like, all right,
yeah.
And this year started out great. Kobe Bryant dies in a horrifying
I know
motorcycle or not motorcycle, but helicopter accident.
Yeah, gosh.
And then the NBA has been suspended, PGA canceled, Masters postponed.
This year sucks.
Yeah, Kentucky Derby, your beloved Kentucky Derby.
Yeah,
and the NHL, they're both postponed until further notice.
I heard they're going to do the Masters like in November, and that just seems weird. It's like,
right now, yeah,
it's so weird. So they're the ones that are like, we're just going to reschedule it. Like we're going to do it. Like.
Well, yeah. So it's crazy. I was going through the list of all these different sporting events, and something like 40 marathons worldwide have been canceled. 40. I'm like, there's 40 marathons?
Yeah, right. There's always a marathon or
NASCAR, Formula One, IndyCar, postponed or canceled. We have Major League Baseball that's been postponed, but. They are talking about
doing something down here. Or...
yeah, who knows if that's going to happen?
Yeah, I don't know.
But
everybody's just trying to figure out how to make their money that they're going to lose this year. So
right, tell me, Ryan and Lee didn't have the best timing ever in history coming down for those that 1 week for spring training.
It
was amazing.
They couldn't have lucked out any better.
Because the week before, remember, it was like pouring rain.
Yeah.
And then, or was it the week before or a week and a half or whatever? And then they came down and it was beautiful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was just right when the coronavirus started.
And they saw a ton of baseball games that nobody else.
They saw more baseball games than probably anybody there is.
Probably going to see, right?
Yeah, so that was crazy. Though I'm glad they got to come out and see that.
Yeah, that worked out good for them.
But baseball isn't the only thing that's being affected. There's a lot of other sports that about to be canceled or postponed. Do you know that cricket matches have been canceled or postponed? There's about 20 of those that have been canceled or postponed.
Okay.
the curling championships canceled.
What?
National rowing events.
Come on, there's only
canceled.
There's only like 7 people inside the stadium at the curling match, isn't there? Like
Motorcycle Grand Prix just postponed for now though. It could be taking place later. So
yeah, those guys live dangerously. So.
They're fine. Soccer events postponed or canceled. A massive list of soccer.
Yes, I bet.
Table tennis.
Oh.
You upset about the table tennis?
That again seems like they could be far enough away where it's not a big deal. But
That's true.
I guess everything is. So.
And again, your much beloved sport of badminton has been canceled. The XFL was just canceled. I know Rich, Eric, and Topher, they must be devastated about that one.
Yeah, and Jameis Winston.
Yeah. I like how what's his name? Who's the McMahon? The guy that does the XFL and the wrestling.
Yep.
That
WWE.
guy, he still holds these fucking like events for WWE.
Yeah. Did he have part of this XFL? Was that him too?
I don't know. What isn't he? Isn't it owned by? I don't know.
Because I feel like it would still be going if.
Yeah. Right. He doesn't give a shit.
They'd be like, we're just gonna do it without any fans in the stadium.
They literally just had the WrestleMania last weekend.
0 fans.
No fans. It was one of the worst things I've ever seen ever.
Yeah.
There's no fans. It's just like an empty auditorium with like people. Just what is this?
I don't know. It's like it's the only sport, so we're like, I guess we'll watch.
Dude,
it's terrible. So
at least you can look. They have the technology where they could at least pump in some fake crowd noise or even some like put up some green screens with like fake fans or something. Come on.
The thing they did with the Undertaker, that was actually pretty cool. Like,
yeah.
They made
well,
it like
that has nothing to do
movie,
with it.
But like,
yes.
I mean, they could have done other things with it instead of having an empty ring.
So horrible. I mean, I can't believe the fact that I'm even talking about wrestling right now.
We're giving it way too much airtime right now.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Jesus. But what do you think but seriously though, what do you think the future holds for these big stadium events like the NFL? And I mean, really, it's crazy when you think about this because I guess the NFL is they're still gonna have the draft, which is that's doable. You can just have virtual draft. It doesn't really matter.
They basically call them on the phone anyway.
Yeah,
so.
it doesn't really matter. They just FaceTime everybody or whatever,
Sure.
Zoom everybody.
Sure.
But when you think about all this, every single sporting league in the United States has seen a decline in attendance over the past decade. So like, even before all this coronavirus shit, some of these teams, they've seen a drop up to a third in attendance with fans. Yeah. A third. I mean, the Mariners, they've got to be on that list. I always see these pictures of my friends who are like, yeah, I'm at the Mariners game. And I'm like, where the hell is everybody?
Yeah.
Is there a game there? Or like, what is this?
No, I mean, I don't. I guess it just depends on how fast they figure out like a cure or something to where. I mean, I don't know, because there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna feel comfortable packing into places like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, people are just going to be like scared to even go anywhere now. I mean, think of all the people that are paranoid anyways. Exactly. Now this, like, are you kidding? Like, Jesus.
I know.
They're just going to say like, fuck it. I'll fucking stay home. It's like one of those things where like people like Rich Falls, the famous Rich Falls. He's like, he's like, I don't even like going to games anymore. I could see it better on TV.
yeah.
Every angle.
There's a lot to be said about that too.
Replays. So, I don't have to pay for parking.
Everybody's got a giant big screen in their house. Like
exactly.
Like 4K.
I have 5K.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So yeah. But it's funny because like I remember when I went to Comic-Con with Jordan a few years ago, and I swear, I honestly don't think I've ever seen that many people packed into one place in my entire life. Yeah. It was nuts.
It makes you nervous anyway.
Oh, it was crazy because like look at, I read that there was like over 80,000 people that attended that year that I went. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm usually not bothered by crowds. I go to football games. But my anxiety was. It was crazy. It was running rampant. Like all these people, just packed into it was the convention center,
Big giant weird costumes on.
And, and
everybody's bumping into each other.
Dude, and it's filled with all these booths that are selling the same shit. all I could think of was like just taking a picture of the items that they were selling, and you could go online and buy all this stuff for a third of the price, right?
But you got it at Comic-Con.
Oh, great. Yeah. Remember when that meant something? It doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, and then you have these, and I'm using quotations in the air, celebrities that like show up to these things. And like, what are you going to like pay $200 for like an autograph from a guy who is
Hamill or
not even Mark Hamill. That's a fucking major star. We have like a guy who's like on like Deep Space Nine, like of the last season for one of the episodes. You know what I mean? Like, what?
Yeah. I gotcha.
I don't know. I just, do you think things will ever get back to the point of these like packed stadiums like they once were? Like,
I think they will, because there's just so many damn people that I just think eventually this will eventually pass, as long as they get a cure and we don't all die. But
that's great. That's very uplifting. Thank you.
No, I'm pretty sure they'll get a handle on it at some point, but I can see us being in here for a few months.
I'm kind of like the Colonel in First Blood. It's over, Johnny.
Oh God,
it's over.
Oh.
But no, even with work, I've been able to work from home. It's been just fine. Every single thing we do can be done over the phone or the computer.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at my job,
sure.
But, doctors are even allowing these virtual visits, which thank goodness, by the way.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything worse than having to go sit in a waiting room with a bunch of people coughing all over you?
No.
And you're sitting there listening to like screaming babies cry, and like you're waiting for people, like, people are coughing next to you, and it's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing worse than sitting in a waiting room,
I know,
right?
Especially in the hospital.
No, it's fucking terrible. And then
because they're there for something, like,
right. And what if you actually had a real fucking emergency? Like, think about these people that actually have real reasons to go to the doctor. What if you have a broken ankle, or like if your wife was pregnant, or if your kid like broke his arm or something. Right. I keep thinking about, like, I'm holding on extra tight to the railing when I walk up the stairs. I'm like, I don't not want to fall down backwards and like break my like arm or my neck or something. That would be pretty bad.
I know, man.
These poor people like have cancer treatments and shit, and then like, oh, now I have to worry about if I'm gonna have like coronavirus.
I know. Can you imagine, like, if you already had like you're already in the hospital for something serious, and now like that's going on? It's like, geez,
it's fucking terrible, dude. It's such a fucking mess.
I can't imagine.
So they really need to change how things are done now. Like I said, 50% of these current visits and follow-ups, they can now be done over the phone. At least 50%. I mean, right? I mean, think about all the times you go to a doctor and the doctor goes, how you feeling?
It's usually they're looking at your test results.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about like, it's not.
And it's what you write down. They like review it before, like, yeah, I have this feeling and I have these like spots on my arm or like whatever.
They know what you're talking about before you even explain it. They're like, yeah, we know. We got you. Yeah. I mean,
the one time I did scare the shit out of a doctor. They're like, can you take off your shirt? And they're like, oh my God. And they're like backed up. They're like, oh Jesus Christ. It's like I was turning into the Fly. I was Jeff Goldblum or something like that. They're like, holy shit. They like lost their breath. Oh God!
It was just a rash, by the way.
Yeah.
Just let everybody know.
Yeah, just to clarify.
Just not when you just take off your shirt normally. It's just a horrifying sight.
Well, that too, It's been a while since I've worked out.
Hey, we don't have to worry about pool season, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, great.
Yeah, who wants to swim in a pool?
Oh. God, Jesus, the good old days.
Does chlorine kill the coronavirus?
No, not the hair dryers don't kill the coronavirus. Who's that one guy that was like blowing? He's like, whoof, whoof.
Oh yeah, that pastor. He just blew it away, man. It's gone. Don't have to worry about it anymore.
God. Well, speaking of the good old days, I came across this photo the other day. And I think it was from my like 11th birthday or something like that. And it's a photo. It's that photo of me like where I'm in the picture. It's like my two best friends at the time, Brad and Neil.
Yeah, the one with the Sgt. Peppers or something like that.
Yeah. So and I remember exactly. So like Brad, he's the one that got me the little tape of Sgt. Peppers.
Yeah.
Because we had been listening to. We discovered the Monkees on MTV that previous summer in 1986. Yeah, this is how old I am. And so the next when it became my birthday, the following next year in February.
Yeah.
He got me the Sgt. Pepper, and
I got you this goofy looking album.
We were both getting into the Beatles. That's the natural progression.
Sure.
It's a little backwards, but that's how it was when I was like a kid. And then Neil got me a bubblegum dispenser.
Ooh, I think I remember that thing.
Yeah, with bubblegum, by the way.
That seemed like more of my up my alley at that time.
It was awesome.
I was like, "What's this tape? Cool.
Yeah.
Bubblegum?
Yeah. Can I spin the
What's up with the bubble
wheel?
gum?
Watch the bubblegum come down? Absolutely. Party. But then I noticed in the picture that the gift that Dad got me was the thing that stood out the most, which people probably looked at it and just didn't even think anything of it, which was boxing gloves.
Yes.
And Dad thought it would be perfect.
I'm getting a headache already.
I'm getting there. Dad thought it'd be perfect to teach us how to fight, which is like, good. You got to love the 80s, man. It's like fucking get my son some fucking boxing gloves.
Yeah, they gotta stick up for themselves,
Yeah. And then the next thing you know, Dad's like, he's busting out the old Army heavy bag.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he's hanging that sucker out in the...
yeah.
He's hanging
filling it with paper or whatever. Yeah. It was like super hard. Like,
right.
Yeah, I don't know what it was.
It's like if you tried to hit that thing like without gloves, you'd like be cutting up your hands.
Yeah, really, that burlap just...
Yeah, totally.
And our soft
But it's like Army burlap. Yeah, like that, whatever the hell that material is. And of course, Dad, the great backfire with all this, it was when I got the gloves, it wasn't just me that got the gloves. He got me a pair of gloves, and then he got a mini pair of gloves.
Oh, God.
So he got, and this is great
He's
because
like, here, I want to get this kid that's 5 years younger than this.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, well, and again, look, I know we talked about this last time, but this is like literally the height of Mike Tyson.
Yes.
And all his knockouts, all his famous, like he's beating the shit out of everybody.
Man.
And this is like, but this is also the lightweight greats of like Greg Haugen, Vinny Pazienza,
sure.
Hector Boom Boom Mancini.
Local guys that we even knew about and stuff. Like, yeah.
And then you got probably the most popular guys of this of that era, aside from Mike Tyson, were like Sugar Ray Leonard, Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You got Thomas the Hitman Hearns.
Fuck yeah.
I love these nicknames, by the way.
Right.
Boom Boom Mancini.
Yeah, exactly.
But along with these fights, obviously went like the Rockies, the Karate Kids, Bruce Lee, and stuff like that. But you also had the video games like Punch-Out and Street Fighter and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So we would watch these and we'd play these video games and we're like, I kind of want to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Kind of want to do it myself.
Yeah.
Like these guys are doing it. Like I think we could do this. What do you? Oh, we have some gloves over there.
Hey.
What do you know? So of course, like we would hold like we had this front yard. It was like fenced in, and what did that fenced in yard look like?
It's like a ring, but it's
just like a ring.
But it's a fence.
Yeah. So we'd invite the neighborhood kids over. We'd switch off with the gloves. We'd have these boxing fights, and sometimes we'd mix it in a little kickboxing. But I got to be honest with you, man. I wonder how many head injuries this caused over the years. And when you started having your headaches about 20 years after this,
Yeah.
I'm not even joking right now. I really started to think back to this because we used to pound the shit out of each other.
Dude, and that's just one of the that's just one of the things that I've had lots of. I remember fighting with Jesse with boxing gloves, and like he would go to like off to like a boxing camp. Like he was native, so they did like they would go
cool
off
stuff.
And,
right?
they
was
would
paid
do
for.
They would
and,
do some cool go off to some boxing class, and he would come back and show me the stuff he learned.
let me show you this move.
And I just remember I was like, I don't like boxing. I don't like getting hit in the head.
Yeah,
I get headaches when I get hit in the head, and I don't like it. And maybe I
I remember
got concussed at some point.
Yeah, great. I mean, dude, you were nuts too. I mean, we talked
I've done
about
a
this.
lot of stuff to my
Yeah,
my
like
head.
I remember you falling off your bike, like literally hitting your head on the concrete and shit. I'm like, he gets up, he's fine. I mean, yeah, he's fine now.
Yeah, he seems fine.
Yeah, but Jesus. But yeah, so what year was it when you started like having the like head stuff?
It was like 2011. Somewhere right now.
2011.
Yeah.
It was great timing for me because that's when I was like moving to Arizona.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
you were
I guess I'll
see it, buddy.
wait for a while.
Hope you don't die.
But it was like you said that like before that it was something like, what was it, like 6 months to 8 months or something. You said you felt something like you had a bad headache for like a long time.
Yeah, I started getting really bad headaches, and it was
did you even get it looked at, or are you just like,
well, it was, for a while, like I was like, okay, this is weird because I don't normally get headaches, and then it would just persist. It was like all day, all night. As soon as I woke up, I was like, that's fucking weird,
Yeah,
like it just
because that's not normal.
Yeah, so like for several days it did that, and then I took a few days off work, and I was like, dude, I just can't explain it, and I'd keep going and try to like go hang out and stuff with people, and then go to work and stuff, and it just wasn't happening.
I remember when we would like try to hang out, and I'd look over and you'd just be holding your head, dude, and I'm like, dude, that like makes me like in pain, dude. Like watching you like in pain, and like sometimes you like hold your head and you just wouldn't notice it, or you know what I mean. You just wouldn't, because you're just always holding your head.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is bad.
No, it definitely. I went to a doctor in Chelan, and he was like he thought. I don't know what he thought. It's
like what's that movie with Michael J. Fox? He's like, oh, you just drink a Coke, and he's like cracks a Coke.
Oh man, I wish that's what I was hoping for. I was like, if I'm gonna be in a small town doctor, I hope he's got a small town little idea for me.
Look, dude, I don't have any money, so here's my pig.
Yeah,
you can have my pig.
And I was already drinking like Cokes and caffeine because I was just trying to do anything for headaches. I was taking Excedrins, and I was taking like stuff I normally don't usually take.
It worked in Doc Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. And then I went to the doctor.
You went to a real doctor?
Yeah, I went to a realer doctor.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not the real one yet. I went to 3 doctors. I went to the small town doctor who told me to go to Wenatchee. I went to the Wenatchee doctor. He told me I had a pituitary tumor, and he was like, let's get you. Let's make an appointment for surgery. And I was like, let me check around real quick, And then I got one more, and they said the same thing, but it was in Seattle at the Pituitary Center. So I figured I'd go there.
That's pretty major, yeah. So it was crazy because like they did that surgery on you, and then it fucking like grew back, like.
Mm-hmm. Not that long after,
right? It was like
started to hurt again, like
because the first operation was like pretty crazy. It was like
they went up through the nose,
right?
Which is a weird. Yeah, but it makes sense. I mean, your brain's right up there. Like if they go right up through your nose, it's right there, and especially that part of the brain. And then they had to do a craniotomy on the side of my head.
Oh man!
And then that spinal fluid started leaking down into my stomach or whatever. That gives you surgical meningitis.
Jesus.
And then that hurt more than everything
else. Oh, dude, you were fucking crazy. Nuts.
Like I didn't think anything could be worse than those headaches.
Yeah,
and that was the worst pain I've ever been in. That was
real pain. You were like, okay, I have to go to the doctor now. Yeah. I can't. This is not good.
The second one was I had to get like a line put in through my arm that went to my heart.
Oh my god, dude!
And I had to pump in something I had to pump something into my arm, like a compressed ball of medicine, and it was every 6 hours.
So can't even keep track of all this shit, dude.
Oh yeah, it
makes me like sick just thinking about it because like you were just like laying there, man. I
hate hospitals.
Yeah,
I hate people.
Yeah, I already hate hospitals.
Things
and here
in
I am.
my arm, like they would just come in at all hours and just stick things in your arm, and you're just like, just stop.
Let's just be thankful that this happened in 2010 instead of 1910.
Yeah,
because. Well, I mean, I wouldn't be talking to you right now on the podcast. So
if they're like quarantined in your house and just like you just have to stay there.
Oh yeah, just sit in my fucking like bed and watch TV.
Anything's better than a hospital bed,
There you go.
Oh,
that's the way to look at things, man. I'm serious. That's the way to look at things. And by the way, doctors need to be the most paid people on the planet. Can we get serious now, folks? Like scientists, doctors, let's not screw around anymore. They should be the highest paid professions.
I was like, I mean, at some points I was just yelling at doctors. I was, hey!
Oh, dude, yeah.
I was like, it's so much pain.
I'm sure they're used to that though, because like they're so like they're used to that shit.
Very apologetic after the whole thing, but I was like, I was really pissed. Like, I was like, somebody get in here and give me some drugs. Like,
yeah, I mean, I remember I went in for my appendix, and I went in there. I walk into the emergency room and I'm rolling on the ground, and I'm like, okay, time to step this guy's visit up and get him out. So, I got into the next room or whatever the hell it was, and then to the next place, and then they got me all pumped up with their medicine or whatever, But I'm sitting in there, and they're like, hey, the doctor's going to be in early in the morning, so we'll just keep you sedated pretty much. And I'm just sitting there next to this guy who's just wheeled in from a motorcycle accident.
Oh, man.
And this guy's screaming non-stop.
Jeez.
And I'm like, these fucking doctors and nurses, man. I mean, they are just like, listen to this shit all day.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
Especially these people in like the emergency rooms.
Yeah.
It's
like,
terrible.
Yeah. And like, I went crazy a little bit in my head because I was, you're in just so much pain and you just go nuts a little bit. Like, imagine people that are actually nuts.
Yeah. You're annoyed. You're like, oh, you listen, can somebody get in here? They're like, oh, this guy's pleasant. This guy's fucking nice.
I know, right?
Yeah, so, Jesus. But yeah, so, like, I'm glad that shit's all over, and,
yeah.
You know what, though? You know what I remember is, this is, like, burned into my head. When you got back, and you were just so thirsty, and you couldn't figure it out. You're like, Jesus, I can't stop drinking.
Yeah.
And it was like, just, the fridge was filled with Gatorades and waters and all these just juices and everything. And I'm like, I remember I opened up the, because I didn't live there at the time. I came back and I opened up the fridge and I'm like, oh my God, the entire fridge is filled with like drinks. And I go, what is this? And you're like, yeah, I'm like, I'm so thirsty. And they gave you, this is how magical like science is. They have a pill that you could take to curb all that.
Yeah, it's called the bedwetting drug.
Is it really?
I swear.
It's amazing.
I swear to God, I looked it up one time and I was like, oh no.
Oh, fuck. Some girl goes through your like medicine cabinet. She's like, oh, he fucking wets his bed.
Or the hot pharmacist.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, let me get the desmopressin. But yeah, it's I have diabetes insipidus because of all this.
Great.
It like makes you thirsty all the time,
Oh,
which is like
that's
one of the
fascinating.
fucking side effects.
Oh, that's great.
So now I have to take this, but at least at least there's a pill that I can take that makes me a little less thirsty. Because like I mean, all it does is just makes you have to go to the bathroom all the time, and you lose all of your. The good stuff that you're putting into your body if you. So
what you're telling me, it's another good reason that you're quarantined. You're right next to a bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, this is fantastic. Jesus. So, well, okay. So that's that's been almost a decade now that happened. Isn't that crazy?
It really is.
That's wild.
Yeah. It really is. I mean, well, yeah. I guess he went on for a year and a half.
Jesus.
But yeah, at least.
Wow.
God, it felt like longer.
Right. So, for all the number of businesses and industries that have taken a hit during this epidemic, there's been some companies that have actually flourished and seen like major growth with some of the companies that have probably benefited through all this is like, Zoom and Costco, Amazon Prime, and like what we were talking about, like Netflix and Disney Plus. I heard that's going crazy. Like people are like, Jesus, how do we control these fucking kids?
How do we entertain these damn kids?
Can you imagine though? Like at least there's iPads and all this like shit where like people can just hey, watch this.
Yeah,
like
these parents got a lot easier than they think they do.
Exactly. So, but for one, people are starting to drink more.
Oh, I am.
I know that you are. I'm not. I'm probably drinking less because I'm more of a social drinker. Like where I'm like, all right, let's go meet people, and I'm like, oh wait,
and you're also gainfully employed.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's more to do. Keep my mind off of like actually,
yeah.
But one of my favorite videos of this whole quarantine world that we're living in was the video of the guy going down the street. He was like looking at all the recycle bins. He's like, it's recycle day. And he's like, and it's just filled like with all these like
wine bottles,
wine and beer and all these bottles. It's so fantastic.
Everybody's recycling. It's just stuffed with alcohol.
Alcohol sales are just going through the roof.
That's about right.
Yeah,
I mean, what else is there to do? You can sit there and wear your ass off, or you can get a little drunk and feel a little better about it. I don't know.
It's true.
As long as you don't have a problem with it,
There's lots of songs about being numb.
Yeah.
And, I mean, dude, I'm telling you, dude, I'm already seeing I'm seeing my poor friends go crazy on Facebook. Yeah. I mean, they're literally going crazy. I'm like, dude, I feel like I want to just reach out and like say something, but I can't.
Everybody just needs to relax.
I know, man. It's tough, dude. Some people are going through it way worse too, man.
We all, I mean, like, aside from whatever anybody's telling you, it's like you all knew this could happen. It's not. It's not that crazy. Like
we've all seen the movie Outbreak.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, like everybody knew it's a possibility. They always talked about it, but.
Well, then, that brings me to know all the toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
Yeah. I scored some hand sanitizer.
That was crazy.
That was
like
crazy.
That's a pretty good score on your.
It was
your
crazy.
end.
Just some lady just like was stocking shelves, and she's like, "You want this?" And I looked over and I go, "What?" And I was like, "Yes."
Did she hand it to you like it was a drug deal?
It literally was a drug deal. She just gave it to me, and I was like, I fucking looked around. I was like, "Is anybody looking?" No. Okay.
But I still haven't seen toilet paper. I know it exists. I've seen people take pictures of it. What?
I actually saw some.
You saw some toilet paper?
But it was terrible. It was just that really crappy.
I'm holding out for the good
roll.
stuff.
You know what?
Thank goodness
still have some.
We bought one of those big Costco things.
Oh, right before.
right before. So I'm like, oh wait, should we be saying this? Should we be announcing this right now?
Oh, never mind. We don't have any.
We're about to run out. Yeah.
No paper towels either.
Oh gosh. But another thing that has skyrocketed during this entire coronavirus epidemic has been the views on Pornhub and YouPorn.
Oh yeah.
And these sites like that. I heard that they've doubled. I was listening to Stern and he was like talking
Makes
about
sense.
Yeah, I mean it does. Really, like nobody's able to go out and meet anybody. The bars are empty. No one can go out to concerts or movies or sporting events, as we were talking about earlier. The restaurants are all closed to the public.
Yep.
People are just starved for interaction. You know, so like, I was watching some friends.
Pornhub?
Some friends that yeah, I mean everyone's like watching it. Like, why not? No, but I was watching some friends on Facebook, literally just fucking losing their minds. And I was like, we need to start utilizing these tools that we have, like the FaceTimes and the different ways of communicating, like Zoom and stuff like that. These like, there's people having these like happy hour parties. Have you heard about these? Like people are having like these big parties. What's that app that people keep talking about? Like it's a party app called House Party or something.
Gotcha. I don't know. I'm not hip to it.
Anyway,
I got Messenger and FaceTime. That's all I know.
Yeah. But another thing that's been getting like a crazy amount of traffic online are the dating sites.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're exploding.
I bet.
Like the Tinders, the Bumbles, the Plenty of Fish, the Facebook dating. I mean, there's a million of these sites, but those are the big boys, right? So like, and it makes total sense, right?
Yeah.
Exactly what we were talking about. Everyone's lonely. It's free to join.
Yeah.
You can meet others. You can mingle.
Get some attention.
Yeah. I mean,
give some attention.
Yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like a fun game to play. You remember that game? I'm dating myself again.
Hot or Not?
Yes, Hot or Not.
No, I didn't. I wasn't in the. Maybe I think I was dating, and I wasn't in the phone world, or the whole internet, that kind of stuff. Anyway.
Well,
I didn't really.
I don't know.
About
I don't
it.
even know. I don't think it was a dating thing. It was just like you put up your picture, and then people rate you.
Yeah.
And it was like pretty much the same kind of deal, where it's like, oh, I didn't match with this person. That's great.
Yeah.
But it's like that's what I'm talking about. Like. Online dating is so fucking shallow. It's like
it really is.
It's like 100% about your looks.
Yeah.
Right.
No. I signed up for the site.
It's hilarious.
And I was like, this is stupid. Like I'm never gonna meet anybody like
so
this
ridiculous.
for real. Like,
yeah. So I mean, look, the thing that is so ridiculous. It's about your looks. That's the first fucking problem.
Yeah.
And it really is like a game. I remember Jordan. Back when he was single, Jordan would he would come over and he could be like, oh, new area code. Oh yes, new fresh batch. Yeah. But it was like a game, right? So he'd be like sitting there and he'd be like swiping, and then he'd look over at me and he'd be like, I just did it, and I go, what'd you do? And he goes, I just beat Tinder. And I'm like, that is hilarious.
Like what? He ran out of people?
He ran out of people. So that means
I win.
Yeah, he won. It was a game.
I win nothing. I win nothing.
So great. It was so great. But there's so many annoying things about these sites. I mean, okay, so like, You can't really take them very serious because everyone's just a total flake anyways, including like the people that are doing it on our end.
It's even worse than Facebook. It's like it's your fake world that you're putting out there. Like look at me. Like these are the 7 coolest places I've ever been in my life.
Oh my god!
And here's a picture of it. And
first off, there's too many options. It's too addicting. So you're like, well, I matched with that hot chick. what else I could get, and then you just keep going, and I'm like, oh my god. So now it's like, now we know what it's like to be a hot chick. All right, so
can you imagine like just being like a hot chick and having to look through like it's the other way for the game. Like you're looking at you have to go through all the people that like you instead of like finding people that you like.
You find the one person that you want to. And can you imagine how shocking it would be if you swiped on the one person and then you didn't match? You'd be devastated.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god. They didn't swipe me? Oh yeah. No, but like so I was gonna say I've dabbled on these on and off over the years, and these stupid sites, they're such complete garbage. I've only actually met up with a couple people.
Yeah.
Like really,
that seems fair. That seems like how this thing goes.
Because like once in a while you'll actually meet someone that's pretty cool and everything, but like and again, I'm sure it works far better for women. I remember this one girl at work, and I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but it's hilarious. Mm-hmm. There was this one girl that we used to work with. She wasn't like anything like hot, like she was just a normal chick, and she would be, this would be at work. She would say this at work. She'd be like, I'm kind of hungry. And we're like, okay. She goes, I think I'm going to go on Planet Fashion. Gonna date tonight. And I was like, what? And I'd go on break and I come back and she'd be like, I got a date tonight. And I'm like, what? Like, I was just gone for like 10 minutes. And she goes, yeah, we're going out to dinner. She's going to take me out to dinner. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay. I've had so many of my friends that have actually been this fucking loser.
Yeah.
Where he meets up with the girl in the hopes of actually dating one of these women. And by the end of the night, they're out, $100, $200. Boom. Gone. Right? And it's like, there's a few different categories that girls fall into, like on these sites.
Yeah.
So you have like the bots.
Yeah, okay.
And the bots are pretty easy to spot. Not
even real. Not even real. Just just a fake looking.
Where is that? Is that in Czechoslovakia?
Is that a Russian model?
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah, okay, all right.
You could tell they're professionally taking photos of where is that? Is that in front of like Moscow or what is that? And then you like, I used to love talking to bots because it's so fun. They're fake.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, hi. And they'd be like, they send like a general reply. And then I would always know immediately what to write where I would call them out, essentially, right?
Yeah.
And I would say like, oh, awesome. What cross streets do you live on? And then it would either like, it wouldn't know what to do. It would just like stop, or it would send like, it would freak out and send like another message like, so, it was just ask another general question.
Move right past it. Hopefully you're horny enough to not care.
It was so ridiculous. It's so fun. But like, I don't know. It was just like that part was entertaining. But yeah, the next category is like the super hot chicks.
The Instagram model.
Yes. And well, the
aspiring Instagram model.
There you go. The one that really, really wants to be an Instagram model really bad.
That wants you to follow her.
And like, most people actually do like some sort of write-up of some sort of bullshit. And she's just like, here's my IG.
Yeah.
Follow me here. I never check my...
I'm not usually on this dating
It's always the same shit.
Like if you want to not date me and just look at pictures of me, here, go to this site.
And here's my Snapchat if you get bored of that. Yeah. So.
I mean... far out, like
whatever, dude.
I don't even know what to say.
Shameless promotion. I
get it.
That's one of those things where I just one of my favorite things ever, and is when I would show you this chick who's insanely hot.
Yeah,
and I would show the picture to you, and you'd look at it and you quickly look away and you're like, too hot.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what? And you're like, too hot, too much work.
Yeah. I mean, I like pretty girls.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, who doesn't? But like, come on, there's that girl. She's like,
she's in a different country every week. You're like, first off, I can't afford you.
She likes to travel. She's addicted to working out.
And by the way, we all like to travel.
Yeah.
We like to travel.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with not being able to travel all the time. I have a job.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
it's one of those jobs that's a real job where I actually have to go to work.
Wait, you're not like a professional gambler or something?
No, no. I didn't inherit a bunch of money. I actually have to like go into a job, and they give me about 10, 15 days a year, like to play with.
Yeah.
And
you're not going to Italy, France, and Rome with those.
No, I'm not. No. So. Yeah, so like it's one of those things where it's like it's kind of that's kind of what I'm dealing at. Yeah.
Oh man.
I don't think that I think you need a guy that owns his own yacht.
Yeah,
that's what you're looking for.
I think that's what they want.
Well, yeah, I want that too.
Yeah, I want a guy with a yacht.
You know what? But you know what? The girl that would give me that looks like Joan Rivers, circa. When did she die? That year. That's what I could get.
Come here, Joshy.
Oh, Josh, get over here. Oh yeah. It's like, oh God, that's my leg.
Josh looks back at all the bras. He's like, I'll be right back, guys. I gotta. God damn it! I shouldn't have done that.
Oh God. Anna Nicole Smith, how did you do it? God, yeah. Fuck.
That guy didn't live very long. That's how she did it.
That's true. But
was
neither did she.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh man.
Wow. If she would have known that, yikes.
Oh.
But you know what? I always think, these sites.
That.
I think these sites are. And by the way, this is like it's kind of like a promo for these sites where it's kind of like, you remember going people watching, you like go to the mall and you maybe get something to eat and you'd like sit on like one of the benches or something like that. And you'd see all these like fascinating people like walk by and there's all sorts of people on these sites. You have like, it's nuts.
Oh yeah.
So you like, you have like girls with tattoos on their face.
Oh yeah.
You have all different shapes and sizes. You have like, girls with tattoos on their boobs. Shaved heads.
Sure.
Fucking like transgender people.
Oh yeah. All that.
It's nuts.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Married couples.
Oh yeah.
For
So my husband, he likes to watch.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's.
Yeah. Didn't I see a psycho killer movie that started like that?
I'm out.
That's kind of weird.
I'm out.
Be stabbed.
I know how this goes.
Yeah.
I get murdered.
Yeah. Right.
I get murdered.
Jesus. And I don't even trust these sites. I remember one time I was like, this girl, like, she wants to meet me for a drink. And I was like, I'm like texting Rich, this is my address. If you don't hear from me in a little while,
oh God,
this is where my body's gonna be.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm a dude. Can you imagine like a chick? Like,
I know. I can't. I don't understand how girls do these sites and stuff. Like,
exactly.
Just, I don't know. I guess you have the same problem meeting somebody at the friggin' bar or anywhere else.
Yeah, I guess. But it's at a bar. I mean, I guess you could meet at like a church or at a Starbucks.
At least there's video at the bar. Jeez.
Yeah, I've seen Forensic Files. I know that there's video everywhere now.
There's a bunch of psychos out there on both sides, isn't there?
Yeah. And a lot of these profiles are like garbage too. I like how we just keep talking about this. No, but it's like you could go on this could be a whole podcast.
Yeah.
You could literally talk about this forever. But these profiles, they're straight up crazy because they start out with a lie.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I love my favorite of all time. My favorite is the ones that go, I'm actually 45, not 35, but I'm not sure how to change this.
Why would they say that they're older?
I think back in the day, someone told me this. They go, the reason they do that is because when people are narrowing down their age limits, they'll put like 20 to 35 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So like if the chick is like 45, but she looks like a little bit younger, and she likes younger guys, then she lowers her age. But the fact that she starts out saying and like she's like, I'm actually 45, not 35.
So stupid. I don't.
But my thinking would always be like, wait a minute. So you look like super good, and you're 45.
Yeah.
But you start off by lying by saying you're 35. It's just crazy, right?
It's terrible. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know. I don't know. But the all-time worst thing, the worst thing that there is about all these sites is the girls that have the filters.
Oh yeah.
The filters are they are out of control. They're crazy. And it's like, and the filters on these pictures, I don't know if girls realize this. Yeah, the filters make you look younger, but they also make you look ridiculous. Like,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And everybody knows, they can see right through it. Like everybody like,
what, you don't think there's like a dog with little ears and a tongue sticking out? Like,
it's like, you want to do some pictures with your niece or your daughter, go ahead, but don't post that on a dating site. Like, it doesn't look like,
Yeah, it's a red flag anyways. Like you like for the okay, so for a fact, you're never listen, if a girl all she has is filters on her thing, you're never gonna meet her. Because like what if you want to actually meet up with this person in person, like in actual real life? You're not even gonna know who the hell this person is. Like if you walk into like a bar.
I'm looking for a dog.
Yeah, exactly. I'm looking for a person with
giant alien eyes.
Yeah, alien eyes with overglossed
and there's
pupils.
There's some things floating around her face.
Yeah,
I don't know what they are. Stars.
I don't know where these stars are. I'm looking for the stars in the bar. I can't find them. I don't know where this is. It's fucking stupid. The fuck?
I don't.
And look, these are
it's a dating site. Just look how you
and
look.
And for the girls listening to this, look, these are just our experiences from our point of view. I'm sure there's guys that are just as douchey, if not douchier.
Man. Oh, I wonder what the guys.
Oh no,
I kind of
asked.
wish I could just not to check out guys, but just to see what interesting. Like,
dude,
to see
I've
what it
asked
looks
girls because I'm fascinated because like girls are the profiles of girls are so bad. The guys have got to be worse. Like the girls
dudes with shirts off, like
listen,
just flexing. And
I've heard guys love taking pictures with cars.
Yeah,
girls love yoga poses.
Sure.
I've heard guys love taking shirtless selfies in the mirror of their steroided bodies, and
that sounds pretty standard.
And girls, of course, like the dog face filter photos.
Yep.
Some guys like to send dick pics. Not me.
There you go. That sounds pretty standard.
And some girls like to ask questions like they're applying for a job.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I love that. Love that. So, what are your top 3 favorite? I don't even know. It's just ridiculous.
Just an interview, like,
I'm like,
dude,
geez, this is like really. I'm getting nervous. I'm like sweating, like trying to answer these questions.
I understand they're like trying to get to know you, but there's, you know what? Like a quiz isn't the way. I know girls like to take quizzes. Guys don't like to take quizzes.
And
if they do,
not unless it's
you
trivia.
might not want to be with them.
Yeah, if you're asking me about rock and roll trivia or something like that, yeah, I'm down. But I don't give a shit about. I don't even know what.
Can you imagine if there was a chick that was like, what are the 3 best Rolling Stone albums? And you're like, oh my gosh, I think
shit.
I think I might be able to answer this. Like,
I think I just met my future wife. What the hell? Holy moly!
But no, it's like
no, it's not that. It's
what are your 3 favorite stars?
Yeah. Do you like moon water? I love moon water. No, but then you have like these people that are just clearly on there just for which, by the way, now is the time to get on one of these sites, Tinder, Bumble, whatever, blah 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 blah. Because like you have people that have been on there for years, like flight attendants. They're like, I'm on a layover at Phoenix at the Sky Harbor Airport, just in town for the night or something like that. Then you have like the businesswoman who's in town for the week that just wants to cheat on her husband, like up in the air, you know that, and some just want attention, like you mentioned earlier.
Yeah,
you know, it's just about matching with somebody, and then they're like, hey, how you doing? Oh, good. So what are you up to? Good. And then it's like, on to the next person.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
it's weird. Like I've actually I've matched with a girl and I was like, oh, I don't remember swiping on this one, but all right. And then I start talking to her and then it's just like, it just ends.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, I mean, like just a couple sentences back and forth and it's just like,
I'm sorry, that's 99%
like,
of them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
I guess this is over. That was our relationship. Like,
yeah. That was it. Ghosted. Boom.
It's weird.
And
it's a weird thing. I don't know.
One of my favorite stories, though, when you and your buddy came to visit.
Oh yeah. Oh gosh.
And he goes, what is that? And I was just happened to be on like one of those stupid sites. And he goes, what's that? And he goes, I've never actually been on one. And he goes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that right now. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
He was like, that's awesome. Like you know, so, and especially we're in Phoenix. He'll get some action on that site.
Yeah. Yeah. So he hops on there literally fucking like 10 minutes.
Record time.
10 minutes. This girl's like, yeah, love to meet up.
Let's meet up.
And I'm like, what? And I'm like, what? I go, let me see this girl. And I'm like, wow, it's like a normal looking chick, right? And he goes, hey, can you give me a ride? And I go, where? And he goes, and it was fucking like 25 minutes away. And I'm like,
we just got into town.
Man,
I was like, really, dude? Like, you're already gonna like just like
he goes, I mean, I could probably take a cab there, but I mean, and I go, no, dude, listen, I'll give you a ride over there. And he goes, all right, cool, awesome, man. All right, so like we drive over there, and it's like the wrong side of town. Sorry, Eric. It's no. So we drive over there, drop him off. It had to be what, half hour
I
later.
think we dropping off like a
'cause we were-
Olive Garden or something like that. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Something just whatever. Normal just restaurant, one of those, middle of the road fucking places,
Yeah.
And he starts sending these messages. He goes, "You need to pick me up."
You guys are you guys still in this area?
We're like, "What's going on? How's it going?" And he goes, "I'll tell you when to get here." And I was like,
I need you to come pick me up.
and I was like, "What's going on, man?" So like, we finally go back to pick him up, and he's like, he kind of gives her like the half hug, and he's like, "Oh, hey, it's nice meeting you." And he comes back and he gets in the car and he goes, "Oh my fucking god!"
He's like, drive.
"Oh my god, drive! Just start driving." And I go, What's going on, man? What happened?" And he goes, "This is the greatest thing ever." He goes, "She didn't have any teeth, or like upper teeth or whatever." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" He goes, "She did not have any teeth." And I go, "She did not have any teeth?" And he goes, "No." And I go, "What happened to her teeth?" And then he starts telling the story. And I'm like, I love how he got the story out of her.
Oh gosh.
Her fucking boyfriend knocked out her teeth. And I'm like,
Oh god. I mean, I really.
this is why you don't swipe on someone that doesn't smile.
I mean, I really. It's like, yeah.
You can't make this shit up. This really happened. This is a true story.
It's like, I don't even know. Like, that's got to be so tough to be that gal and have no teeth because your boyfriend knocked him out. Like,
don't think I'd be going on dates right away. I think my first priority would be
Get teeth?
to get teeth. But
Yeah,
if you
you're
could find
probably
a guy
right.
that could maybe get you some teeth if you didn't.
maybe that was the plan.
Yeah.
Oh god, that was so horrible.
Yeah. So yeah. Some of the like we're actually spending this much time on this. Another favorite things about these write-ups are their favorite thing to do. What's the favorite thing to do in Phoenix by these girls that you see? Hiking. That's the number one. It's like, I love to hike. I hike like every day. I
Love hiking.
Hiking is my favorite thing. I'm like, hiking's like, it's all right. It's like,
I just
it's kind of boring. Like,
I mean, I like to go.
it's all right. Like
like to
exploring,
go.
like
Yeah,
is
yeah.
more fun than like I don't know, like
Yeah.
I'd hike up a mountain or something like that, and then it's like, awesome. So we gonna do this next week, or can we pick a different place, or you just want to keep hiking the same mountain, or like I don't know. And these mountains are like they're not.
You mean the hills?
Yeah, they're like
But I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's
all right.
still a little challenge, but it's just.
And it's perfect hiking season. That's right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We're quarantined, so that's out.
No,
So what else is there to talk about?
I heard you can go hike along with all the other people out there. It's not a problem.
What's the number 2 thing that their most favorite activity is?
Working out.
Working out.
Boom.
Boom. You fucking nailed it. It's like you've been on this thing for more than 2 swipes.
A day. Yeah.
But it's funny because, like, dude, if you ever hear the words from my mouth that working out is my favorite thing to do, fucking, you could just kill me now. I swear to God, just kill me now. Because I swear to God, like, listen, I work out to not be fat. I'm not a Greek god. I'm not pumping roids or anything like that. You're never going to see me, like, balloon up to like 400 pounds. I don't know. It's just weird. Like, if I ever like sit next to a girl, I'm laying there next to her, it's in the morning. She's like, I'm like, I go, man, what do you want to do today? It's like, it's a beautiful day out. It's like fucking sunny out. It's like awesome. She's like, well, I'm just, I don't know, thinking about maybe doing some power lifts and running 6 miles. I'm like, fucking get out of my bed. What is this? What? What did you just say? Anyway, Jesus Christ, I don't know. It's just not my idea of fun. Like, I don't know. I just don't think we're meant to be together, right? Jesus. I don't know. Like I said, though, we could fill the entire like show with this subject. It's so fascinating. All right, the last quick thing I'm gonna bring up, I promise, about the dating sites. Anyway, so some people are on there to just like stalk and just look around, and you could tell who these people are, right? The people with like no face photos, or the cartoon character of a emoji or something, or the picture of your back looking at a mountain. Or
it just sounds like a fake one. Like, doesn't sound
right?
real.
Or a
So
random
stupid.
famous person who's clearly not them. Oh, wow, it's,
Carmen Electra.
yeah, exactly. That's a timely reference, Andy.
Thanks.
But or my personal favorite, it's a picture of their dog, which, by the way, works on you.
Yes, yeah, totally.
Like you fit in the category
I love
of
dogs.
of the people who want to meet the person to meet their animal.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah.
You're like, look at that dog.
I mean, you can tell a lot about the personality of a person by their animal.
That's true.
Like a certain type of animal they have.
Yeah.
Like you're like, I kind of can get you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. No, like, and I read that stat. What was that stat? It said that 40% of people on these sites actually say that they swipe right just to meet the other person's
their
dog.
animal.
Yes. And 39% of the participants reveal that they've actually borrowed a friend's dog to use in their own profile.
It's a great idea.
That would help them get more attention and more likes.
Very smart.
Yeah, until you actually have to meet the person.
Then you're like, where's your dog? And you're like, I had to put him down.
Oh,
And then
that is evil.
I know, but they're like,
Evil genius.
sympathy.
Wow. Wow. That's, yep, I know you're my brother. Whew. Wow. So, yeah. But online dating, it's not the only thing that you could actually do to occupy your time and keep you entertained. There's been several of these fun things that have been done out there. Like right now, I've noticed a lot of the artists out there are doing like these like live concerts and mini private sets.
Yeah.
And some of them are really bad. Like the overproduced ones are really bad. Right? Like,
Yeah.
what was the one that we watched?
Oh, like the stuff on TV?
Dude, it was horrible.
That was terrible. Like the Elton John and Friends, and then
The Elton John one was really bad.
and then the country one that they did recently.
It was bad except for Green Day and Foo Fighters, the people that were
Yeah.
actually
Yeah,
like
the
musicians that could lift a guitar
Yeah,
and
they
play
could
it.
actually play guitar and sing, and it
Right.
didn't sound terrible in real life. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
exactly. Not the people that are normally overproduced.
That are
like,
you only hear them on the album. Usually.
hey, Mark Ronson actually overdubs my voice like
Yeah.
25 times, and I sound like a perfect human being.
Yeah. It is cool though. All these
No.
different bands like and stuff.
This is one of the
releasing
coolest
stuff right now.
One of the coolest things to come from this whole thing is like these different live whatever. Like, I mean, I remember I showed you that one where like there's this, I don't know if they look like maybe like a family or like a couple or something like that, but they were doing this they were doing a set from their garage. They opened up their garage door and people are just stopping by like on the street. And they're keeping their distance.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get all crazy on me. They're keeping their distance. But someone like had busted out their phone and they were like showing this person. They were doing it was like a stage. Like it leads up to like the garage.
Yeah.
You know? And like they're playing guitar and they're singing songs. They're taking requests.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. So
Yeah.
like that's kind of fun. But then you have like Slipknot earlier.
Sure,
They
yeah.
were like they were airing a concert from last year, which
Yeah.
was freaking amazing. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
it's neat. Like they're actually like putting on a recent show that just like a lot of different bands are doing that kind of stuff. Like just putting out their stuff that they're like, well,
Yeah.
we're not gonna.
I never saw it.
Maybe we'll get some ads or some traction or
People
or
like me-
or buy some shirts
Listen,
or whatever.
people like me, I never saw it
Yeah,
before.
exactly.
They just got a new. Well, I've obviously heard of Slipknot before,
Yeah.
but I haven't like sat there and watched a full concert of Slipknot or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was cool. I always enjoyed like their costumes that they put on, their creepy costumes and shit, and and their music's not horrible to me. I like the fucking like the skilled guitars and
Yeah.
like the crazy drums
Crunchy.
and shit. Yeah, it's fucking good.
Yeah.
So even the stuff that like the dumb stuff I'm enjoying, like the quarantine karaoke groups that
Yeah.
they've come
Oh,
out.
gosh.
Here's the problem with that though. Like, Jesus, don't even join this group because it's I would say 95% of the people on there are doing like sad, depressing songs. Like,
Oh, you mean karaoke in general?
yeah, I guess you're right. I guess it's kind of like a
I swear there needs to be rules in karaoke. Like
You're right.
It has to be uplifting or call it something else.
listen,
call
either be funny or entertaining or like just, I don't know, I'd be uplifting, do fun songs. Like, I don't,
they
every
need to
time someone
have-
does a fun song, everyone gets up and like fucking, woo,
Yeah.
goes crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
They're
now we have,
ordering shots.
now we have Tiffany up, and she's like,
Oh,
and she's like singing the song. It's like, Jesus Christ, I want to fucking kill myself.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's a great song, but at the same time, it's like it's not for a party atmosphere.
It's fucking 12:30. We're ready to fucking party down. We're not ready to we're not ready yet to kill ourselves.
People are calling cabs because Karen is singing. I will always love you, and you're like, dude, like, come on, come on, Karen.
And look, I've always been the guy that's like, look, keep it short, keep it sweet, have fun. Doing the stupid like TV theme songs. But look, everyone knows what a TV theme song is. Everyone can sing along.
Yeah.
It's short. It's going to be over in less than a minute.
You're going to turn around and go, who the hell is that guy singing?
Is that the Full
Perfect
House theme
Strangers
song? And then once you turn back around, the song's over. So there you go. There you go. And then you could fit in like 50 songs in a couple hours. So there you go. You're welcome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just love how our friends are really taking advantage, participating in these Zoom chats and the FaceTime parties since we can't go out. We all need to start like, Jesus, we need to start keeping ourselves sane, like helping each other out. Jesus Christ. Remember that I showed you that girl who's like she did this like really awesome thing where like she's sending out these positive videos.
Oh, yeah. She's like the happiest person.
Yeah,
alive.
she goes, I'm gonna send out positive videos. So like keep everybody like upbeat and everything. And she goes, Josh, you're like so like, happy you have like like beautiful eyes and blah blah blah. And I was like, you know what? That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I like that. It's like just short, like 20 seconds or whatever the hell it was. And just 20 seconds, like made me smile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks for that, Elizabeth. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And keep that up. That's fun. That's
so much better
that's
at
cool.
looking at political shit on Facebook or God.
Yeah, just look everyone.
So depressing.
Be fucking
Just
well.
just
be
relax,
safe,
man. Like,
fucking relax. Exactly, relax. Just like the great George Harrison once said, "All things must pass. This is gonna pass. This is no different." Listen. I think more than ever now that we're talking about music, music is so freaking important to our sanity, our well-being. There's no better time to dust off those old albums or fire up your Pandora or YouTube or iTunes playlist, whatever. Just enjoy some music.
yeah.
Music heals.
Yeah.
It soothes the soul. It helps us all escape and relax and just forget about all the chaos and fucking nuttiness going on right now, right?
Sure does.
So just seriously, like turn off the TV. It doesn't matter what kind of music it is. Like whether it's like, Bach, Beethoven, or fucking Slipknot.
Or Josh and Friends podcast. Or
Yes!
what, I mean, what is something.
Don't even listen to that right now. Listen to that once, but turn on some music. I swear to God, turn on some music. Listen, we all have the music we grew up with that we love. It doesn't matter if it was, whatever it was.
Yeah. Put on your Dr. Dre. Put on
some Dr. Dre or put on some fucking Elvis.
Even if your
whatever.
kids are just like, what is this? You're just like, don't worry about it.
This is actually a good time to
This is what mommy and daddy like.
Introduce music to your kids. Music is like one of those things where like, hey, you could play Beethoven and, people were like, shit, what is this? This fucking sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's good music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you play the Beatles, like people, like little kids, like I really like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to get heavier, you could fucking play like Metallica. Fucking play some Pantera. If that makes you happy, play it.
Oh, it does.
Exactly. Play it. Just fucking play it. Get involved in playing more music because that really it really can heal. So that's my 2 cents. But anyway, until next time, I hope everyone has a decent week because it's not going to be a fantastic week.
No,
But
tomorrow's going to suck.
Listen, each day is hopefully going to get better. But it's not going to be great for a while. But listen, just try to keep your spirits up. And Andy, we'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
Thanks again for coming on.
I'll be here.
And let's crank up some of these tunes. Let's have a drink and go FaceTime some of our friends. All right?
Let's do it. Let's rock and roll.
Let's do it. Thank you for tuning in to the Josh and Friends podcast. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. If you enjoyed listening to the podcast, please share away. Make sure you give me a like or a good review. I can always use the help. I'm Josh, and thank you for being a friend.